All right, so let's talk about frequently asked questions about essential oils. The first things that people always ask. First thing, what are these? What are essential oils? Essential oil is the volatile substance from the actual plant, and it's extracted usually through steam distilling. There are a few other methods of distillation that some of the oils work better with, but most of the time it's going to be steam distilled out of the plant. Volatile just means it's really delicate. It can evaporate quickly, so they have to be very careful when they're distilling it. So, like I said, it's distilling the actual plant or parts of the plant, so stems, leaves, seeds, things like that, actually distilling those, bark even. Each plant has its own unique properties. Obviously, we know that in nature. Each plant can be used for different things and lots of things because it has many of its own unique properties, which is so cool. So I love how cool God designed this, that we have all these plants to take care of all these needs that we have. And each one plant can be used for a million different things because it has so many unique properties. So like peppermint oil can be used for headaches. It can be used for weight loss. It can be used for allergies when you combine it with lemon and lavender. It can be used for alertness if you diffuse it or inhale it. It can be used for pain if you rub it on you. It can just be used for so many things. Like if your stomach is upset, you can rub peppermint on your stomach to calm it down. So it's also a good cooling oil if you get too hot or if you have a fever. Peppermint is awesome for that. So there's one oil, a plant that we commonly know, but it can just be used for so many things and so many more things than I even mentioned. Those are just the really obvious, commonly used ones. So steam distilling is low temperature, low pressure for a long time. So they have to be very careful with that when they're distilling so that they don't hurt the integrity of that plant and don't break down those properties. It ends up giving you a super concentrated oil. So how concentrated? Let me give you an example. This is a 15 milliliter bottle of lemon oil. This size bottle is about 250 drops. And it takes 75 lemons steam distilled to make this little bottle of goodness. Isn't that crazy? I was first like, what? Another good example is lavender oil, which is pretty commonly used. People have heard of it. It takes 27 square feet of a lavender field harvested to make that one bottle this size of lavender. So you're looking at pretty potent, full of goodness stuff. So that's just to give you kind of an idea of just how strong is this. The next question is, what are essential oils generally used for? The answer is anything and everything. You name it, there's an oil for it, and that's so cool. Or oils that you can choose from. So some examples, natural beauty products, sleep problems, allergies, that's a huge one. Cleaning without chemicals. I love this one. I'm just kind of like getting into this one, but I love that I don't have to worry about my kids being around when I'm cleaning. Like they can help me and I don't have to worry about them getting chemicals on their hands or breathing them in. If you've ever met our goofy, lovable dog Cooper, he licks everything. And so a lot of times if I'm cleaning or wiping or scrubbing, when I used to use other products, I was always, Cooper, get out, get out, get out, because I'm afraid he's just going to come along and lick the chemicals that I just, bleached my floor with. And so this stuff, I don't have to worry about it. If he licks it, so what? It's not going to hurt him. It's totally natural. So I love that one. You can also use them for cooking. There's lots of herbs. There's like lemon and lavender, lots of oils that can be used for cooking to enhance your flavor, and then you're still getting the therapeutic qualities of them. And then the big one, especially for us, is first aid kind of things, and just general kind of like medicine. So if you open up your medicine cabinet and you see all your, pills and creams in there and for everything under the sun, each one of those products, there is an oil for that. And that's so cool that it covers so much stuff. I think people think, oh, essential oils, those smell good. Aren't those nice for bathtubs to relax? Yes, they are nice in a bathtub, and yes, there are tons for relaxation and sleep, but they cover so much more territory than most people think. And the best part is when you're using essential oils instead of those things that are normally in your medicine cabinet, you don't have a huge page-long list of side effects. And so that's so nice that you don't have to worry about other things that they're going to do to your body. The next question is, how will I know which oil to use? There's over 120 Young Living oils. How do I know what to use? And there's a few ways to know. One way is I got this great phone app. It is called Reference Guide for Essential Oils. Hopefully you can see that. I just got it on Google Play. You can search by your ailment, or you can search by the actual oil, and it'll give you, common uses, what other products it can be found in, how to apply it, when to apply it, where to apply it. It'll even link it to related symptoms. So that's great to have. If you're like me, you always have your phone with you on the go. So I always have that with me, which is great. Another awesome resource that I don't always have with me, I usually have it at home by my oils, but it's the Essential Oils Pocket Reference. It's published by Life Science Publishing, and it is just a wealth of information. You can look up each oil, where is it from, how is it extracted, what's the history behind, when do we know that this first came into use, and how did they use it then? Just so many different things, how you apply it. If it's from the Bible, if it's referenced in the Bible, it will give you the Bible reference. So that's really cool to look back and then go back and reference that and go, holy moly, this was used way back then. We all hear of frankincense being brought to Jesus, but so many other oils are mentioned in the Bible in references, and that's really cool. If you're into that, to kind of check into those. So it goes through, like I said, every ailment that you could think of, big ones and small ones, and it'll walk you through if there's a massage technique for that, if there's a certain blend of oils that work, maybe 3 oils together really work great for this one condition. It'll tell you all that. So this is an awesome resource to have as well. And then the other way to know is just to ask. You can ask me. I can look it up. I can check online. In the blog groups I am in, I'm part of just one group that is just literally people asking questions. Hey, has anybody tried oils for this condition? Which ones worked for you? Whatever. So I can always help you figure out which oil should I try for that. So that is how to know which one to use. The next thing I want to talk about is safety with essential oils, because this is huge. This is a big controversial thing. I think you hear people say, well, essential oils aren't safe, and then other people say, well, some are. So I wanted to talk about safety. How safe are essential oils? The safety of an essential oil comes down to its quality. The FDA has no standards on labeling for essential oils right now, which means that Young Living's bottles obviously say 100% pure therapeutic oil. However, you can go to a natural food store, find a bottle 3 times this big for $6 that will also say the same thing. So how do I know the quality of it if they all are going to say the same thing? One, you make sure that the bottle doesn't say not safe for skin, not safe to ingest. Obviously, those are red flags. But really, the only way to know your quality of an essential oil is to be able to see the process all the way through. That way you know that there's no additives, you know that there's no chemicals, you know there's nothing synthetic added into it along the way before it's bottled. So Young Living is the only essential oil company that owns their own farms, which is huge because this means that they're the only essential oil company that is able to walk all the way through step by step their product from planting the seed all the way to bottling it. And they call it their seed to seal promise. For me, this is huge because this guarantees my safety, my family's safety. This guarantees that this is the real deal stuff. and that it's awesome. And I will post a link. They have their own website to their seed to seal guarantee, and it just walks you through all the way through planting the seed to cultivating it in their own farms, not farms owned by somebody else, to distilling it in their own state-of-the-art laboratories, to testing it to make sure that it's still 100% quality, make sure that that distillation went great, and then finally to bottling it. They're the only company that can guarantee that, because they actually own every piece of that process to get the product to you. So like I said, that's huge. That's the only way to know the quality of the oil. Otherwise, it might smell like lavender. It could be lavender with stuff added, or it could be completely synthetic and it just smells like lavender. You never really know what you're buying as far as essential oils unless you can see that whole process. So that's why I love Young Living, is that they say, here you go. And if you go visit one of their farms, you can actually watch that process in action. So that's super cool. That's something that I'm hoping to do really soon, because there's a lavender farm in Utah, which is not too far away from here. So let's see, what else? Can I use essential oils on my kids? That's a huge question. Because it's a lot of medicines. It's like, let's say for adults, don't use it on your kids. Can I use them on my kids? And the answer is yes. My kids, I use them on my kids every day. I rub the Allergy Trio on Josiah every day. He hasn't taken an allergy med this summer. Last year, he took allergy meds twice a day all summer, and he was still stuffy, and he was kind of miserable. This summer, I don't have to worry about that because the oils are taking care of it for me. We use them for first aid constantly, like I said, cuts and scrapes, and we use them for aches and pains. We use them for headaches. We use them, we just use them for all kinds of, just anything that pops up. Like I said, anything you would go to your medicine cabinet for, there's an oil that we use for them. And my kids love them. They'll get excited. Ooh, are you going to put oils in my owie, Mom? Like, they think it's super cool. So it's great that they're excited about it. For kids, you just want to distill it more than you would for yourself if you're putting it on your skin. And you don't have to worry as much about how to get them to ingest them, because obviously they can't swallow a capsule with oils. So usually you're going to use skin or inhaling for the kids. And so you just want to distill it, or you just want to dilute it more than you would for you. So if the bottle says 1 bottle of oil, 1 bottle of this oil to 4 drops of a carrier oil, for your kids, you might want to first try it off like 1 to 8 just to get it diluted more. If it works and you want to try it a little bit less diluted, that's up to you. But just for skin sensitivities purposes, because their skin is more sensitive than an adult's, just like anything else, dilute it more. Young Living also has a Kid Sense line that is, they're already blends and they're already diluted in the bottle. So you can just put a roller top right on top and roll it on them. So if that's something that you're interested in, there's a sleepy one, there's a bug bite buster one, there is a energy one. There's, I think, 5 or 6 total that are blended just for kids already. Otherwise, like I said, what I usually do is I research it to make sure that it's okay for my kids, but I usually just dilute it more for them than it would for me, and that's worked great for our family. So if I didn't think that they were safe for kids and for our whole family, even my dog, we wouldn't use them every day. We just wouldn't. We would stay away from them. So that's, my guarantee that these are safe. I'm telling you, they're awesome. So that is just some common questions, frequently asked questions. Hopefully I covered your questions that you have. If not, you can always post them or send them to me. No big deal. Next, I'm gonna walk you through how to apply them. How do I get them into my body, on my skin? How do I ingest them? How do I inhale them? All that good stuff.